Hey folks, Matt Easton here, Scholar Gladiatore, and I've got another review of a HEMA fencing mask for you. Now this is a new product from in the Red Dragon brand, so from the HEMA shop, sometimes known as the Night Shop, same company. But importantly, this is a 1600 Newton mask. So this is not the previous Red Dragon mask that many people throughout the HEMA community have been using for years now. That is a more budget level 350 Newton mask. This is a 1600 Newton mask. Now what does that mean? Well, essentially it means that the bib has been rated, so those Newton ratings, importantly with masks, the Newton ratings relate to the fabric bib. Okay, they don't relate to the mesh, but I'll get to the mesh in a second. The Newton rating is specifically for the fabric of the mesh, so this is 1600 Newton rating rated bib. Why is that important? Well, quite simply, it offers you more protection. That should be pretty obvious, but importantly for anybody engaged in competitive HEMA, you need, in most tournaments at most events these days, or in fact maybe even if you're just taking part in steel sparring in your own club, that might vary from club to club, you will need a 1600 Newton rated bib. This is what's required as a minimum safety standard for a lot of tournaments these days, and in some clubs it will be as well. So importantly, this bib meets those safety standards, so you can buy this mask and enter tournaments with it, and people are not going to say that's not strong enough. In terms of the mesh, well, so the Newton rating doesn't relate to the mesh. In fact, the Newton rating of the mesh, if there was such a thing, which there isn't incidentally, but if there was such a Newton rating for the mesh, it would be far bigger number, okay, far higher Newton rating. But generally speaking, there are different meshes, and meshes vary quite a lot. So in previous reviews, and in fact in my just general HEMA life, I've tried all sorts of brands. I'm not going to mention specific brands here because this is about this Red Dragon brand mask, but what you will find is within HEMA masks, or within FIE 1600 Newton rated masks, competition level rated masks, the meshes do vary. Some of them are thicker, some of them are harder, some of them are springier, and there's some degree of debate over you know, what's better, whether it's better to have harder wire that's thinner, that's perhaps heat treated or sprung, or whether it's better to have thicker wire that dents and absorbs shock. There's all sorts of different ideas, and I'm not going to go into that here, but quite fundamentally, I've been bashing this, and this seems to be quite springy mesh. Okay, so this seems to be quite hard and springy, which incidentally the previous, or the cheaper Red Dragon mask is known for as well. It's actually known for being very dent resistant. Although it's not the thickest mesh in the world, it very difficult to dent it, whereas some masks that are more expensive and have heavier meshes actually dent more easily, and that can be a related factor. But anyway, so I've been bashing this, and it seems to be a really tough mesh. Now, caveat, I haven't worn this for any kind of sparring yet. I only received it today. So this is a preliminary review, first impression. So first up, bib 1600 Newton, mesh seems really strong and springy. Okay, in terms of the shape, it is just utterly, there's no you know, there's no reinforcing bars or bits on the back or anything like that. It's just a standard fencing mask. Incidentally, this retails for, will retail for around £150 from the HEMA shop. But remember that the HEMA shop, or the Night Shop, operate a club discount system. So if you're a member of a HEMA club, you can probably get this less than that. Now, to put that into context, that for a essentially instructor's level FIE qualified mask, so 1600 Newton mask, or dedicated HEMA mask meeting those requirements, that is a pretty competitive price. Okay, a lot of the other masks out there are more expensive than that. So this is aiming to still fulfill an affordable bracket whilst being at that higher level of quality. In terms of the fit and finish, it's all very good. Just like the previous Red Dragon mask, or the cheaper one as it were, it's got this Velcro removable liner, which is great for washing. Okay, so you can pull out that liner and wash the whole thing, but the fact that there's a separate layer helps wick and keep away the sweat from the padding. It's more difficult to clean the padding, and the padding gets smelly, trust me. You've got a padded chin piece in there a typical sort of tongue, as it were, that comes over the tops to secure your head. An average amount of padding in the top. It's not especially heavily padded or anything like that, but it's more than a normal FIE mask, I would say. Now, one of the main things that I think is one of the main innovations and one of the really good points of this mask, and which I think I'd love to see on all masks actually, not just this, but all masks out there, is this quite clever, maybe this exists on another mask out there, I don't know, but I've not seen it on any fencing mask I've ever had, and I've had maybe 5 or 6 different brands. So it's a Velcro strap that doubles over. So I'll come to the fittings in a minute because they're even better than the strap itself, but it doubles over, which gives you a lot of adjustability because you can have the thing tighter or looser as you like, and it's got Velcro in there. And I suppose you could, if you found your perfect fit, you could theoretically just stitch it at that level. But the most important bit to me is I have had I think I've had 3 masks in the past which have failed at this point, because very often this elasticated strap is riveted directly to the mask. Now, if one of those rivets goes, or if the Velcro strap goes, so I had a mask recently that I washed in the washing machine, and the heat of the washing machine ruined the Velcro of the strap, which means that the strap no longer stays done up. Essentially, those little plastic hooks go out like this and they don't grip on anymore. It's rubbish. Anyway, I've had other masks where the rivets popped out or where the Velcro tore. This is brilliant because with this system, essentially, you've got these essentially plastic buckles, and the plastic buckles are what's attached to those rivets. Now, the rivets are very good quality, strong rivets, better than masks that are a lot more expensive than this, I have to say. You've got these plastic buckles which in themselves, if they broke, they could be replaced, and if the strap goes wrong or the Velcro dies or whatever else, you can replace that as well. So what I love about this is not only is it more securely attached at the side here and more adjustable, but it's also more replaceable, more fixable, and I absolutely love that. I think that's a really, really good feature. So, negatives, are there any negatives? Well, not really. I mean, what I would say is it's not an utterly specialised HEMA mask. Essentially, it's an FIE sport fencing mask, 3-weapon sport fencing mask that is 1600 Newton rated, and it's quite a good price. That's basically what this mask is. So it doesn't have any specific HEMA modifications other than being black, HEMA black. It doesn't have any, added bars or bits or whatever else that make it HEMA specific. Really, it's almost like a sport fencing instructor's mask, which in fairness, I've worn for many, many years, and a lot of people wear that as preference. And in terms of back of head or top of head extra protection, this kind of stuff, well, you can buy those overlays which would go on this mask just the same as they go on any other mask. So if what you're looking for is a 1600 Newton rated mask that's affordable and basically meets all of the criteria that you need at the best price really that you can probably get a 1600 Newton rated mask on, level 2 as it is marked on there, and with this really nice innovation of this kind of what I would say a better quality strap than I've seen on any other manufacturer's mask, and I've had loads of them, then get one of these basically, and they should be up pretty much either as you're watching this video now or very, very soon after. So it's the HEMA shop or the Night shop, and have a look at their new 1600 Newton rated mask. And remember, if you're a member of a HEMA club, your HEMA club can register for a club discount, and you get on all Red Dragon branded gear, you get essentially money off. So yeah, there we go, a new HEMA fencing mask, hurrah! Thanks for watching the review, and I'll see you for the next video. Cheers folks! Thanks for watching. We've got extra videos on Patreon. Please give our Facebook a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers folks!